Fucking mute it before it starts.
What's up, Flipsiders? We are here tonight with episode 295. I think I screwed it up last time I was in charge, so we're just going to assume I'm right. Dino is out partying for some Christmas events. I've got the Chris and Big Leg with me tonight, so we're going to tear it up, talk some movie trailers and some rumors and all kinds of cool stuff. So let's get this thing rolling. Maybe.
Good enough.
Well, that didn't work. Cool. All right. Well, my computer is not cooperating today, so we will skip that intro and hope that it will let the gentleman back on the screen.
We are here.
What's up?
Cool.
I
This
can
is
see me.
going great.
The side by side look things.
Yeah, man. It's like I feel like you're in my room. There we go.
My God.
A little bit better.
I was like, dude, I felt like we were in the urinal just together
Well,
right now.
I must have borrowed George's internet. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, whatever. Let's get going.
Yeah,
we'll
rock
figure it
with
out. We'll figure it out as we go, like always. You know, it's only what, like 6-7 years of this shit. So
God.
one day we'll have it down pat. I don't know.
I don't know how many more times we're going to do that, but all right, we are here. I should probably lay off too many visuals today because it doesn't seem to want to work. So we'll do it old school until the market report, and hopefully by then, whatever Gremlins has the computer will have stopped. So back with movies in production, writers are back, actors are back, promos are coming. Lots of stuff kind of floating around the rumor mill. The one that made the thumbnail was Leg shared that Sony and Amazon are working on a 2099 or sorry, Spider-Man Noir. Was it?
It said live action. So, and it said live action and said it's not Peter. Is that the one from Can We Get Some Toast, or is that?
No, that was I don't remember. That was Culture Tour or whatever.
That was a Culture Crave one. Okay,
Culture Crave, but so we had. Is that supposed to be a series or a movie? It just said project.
No, it's a series.
Series.
Live action series, yeah.
Okay. I thought series, yeah. So
I could get behind that. You could be done somewhat reasonable budgets.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. You see in the comments, people are like, let's go. Hopefully, it will be Nicolas Cage. And I'm like thinking, okay. Although I would love that because I'll watch anything Nicolas Cage is in, like, or at least give it a whirl. I don't know if I don't. Yeah, we probably don't need the old dude Nicolas Cage doing it. Yeah. I'm glad that he made. I'm glad he made the appearance in the Flash. That was cool. It was the Flash, right?
Yeah, but he was saying that's all AI.
Superman. I know, dude, but I'm just saying.
But he's not. I don't think he's happy about it. He didn't sound like he was kind of really in the loop on that whole thing.
No,
on the Flash thing. Really?
Yeah.
Like he showed up and they were just like he had no idea he was fighting and didn't understand why he was fighting a giant spider. Like he had no context to that was what was supposed to happen in his movie that never happened. So he was just lost.
Well, he probably only got, hey, we're going to put you in a suit. Cool.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, it was probably a mocap suit looking at it. Like they didn't put him in the real, they didn't bother to build him a real suit. They just doing this mocap and was like, we'll build around it. It's cool.
Yeah. What was it? I mean, was the Kevin Smith movie where they talked about the spider, right?
So it's Kevin Smith talks about it in one of his he actually talks about it a lot, but it was like one.
But he does a Lost Superman project or whatever. There's some movie documentary about it.
Yeah, it's his one man show. He talks about it when the guy who ultimately went on to produce Wild Wild West reused that idea in Wild Wild West, but the guy who was producing it wanted a giant spider as. Like wanted Spider-Man to fight a giant spider for some strange reason. So
yeah, I mean, no reference to anything anywhere. That was just the battle he wanted because he's owned the script or owned the rights or whatever. It was wild.
Yeah. So actually, here's some more details around because about 5 hours ago, the Variety article went up on Spider-Man Noir. So the Punisher, Steve Lightfoot, has been chosen as the co-showrunner. So he did the 2 seasons of Punisher. And it says here that, as previously reported, the untitled series will follow an older, grizzled superhero in the 1930s New York City, an individual with knowledge of the project. Since the show will be set in its own universe, the main character will not be Peter Parker. So, yeah, we're getting, Spider-Man Noir, 1930s. Should be interesting.
Yeah, it could be a fun watch. I mean, you could do a lot with just outside the genre. Kind of sounds like a Marvel project versus a Sony project.
Yeah. Well, also sounds like, reading more of this article, the Silk project is still happening at Amazon as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw some people in the comments asking about Silk, and I didn't see any replies. So I might not have known it was happening, but I'm glad it was.
Yep. So Silk Spider Society is still with Angela King as the showrunner. Why does that name sound familiar? Like, what do I know her from? Angela King. What did you do?
Murder She Wrote, right?
That's Lansbury.
No.
So she was the showrunner on Walking Dead for the final 3 seasons, and anything else to her credit?
I don't know.
No, it really looks like that's really about it. Is that in this show called Terriers that was on FX back in 2010? So,
dude, that one. Did you watch that?
I think I watched that.
I liked it. So I was kind of sad. So I was sad.
I remember for watching it and thinking it was all right.
Oh, she's also the showrunner on Daryl Dixon and Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
All right, cool. So she's got some chops to her. She knows her way around the space. So
okay.
A lot of Deadpool images coming out. That must be the most scoped movie for images.
Yeah, I'm not sure where. Like, one of my buddies joked about the fact he was like, I don't need to go see the movie. I just need to like sit on Twitter for about 5 minutes and they'll post every single scene from it as it's being shot. So,
yeah, it is amazing. Like how much is being leaked every day. I would share it, but my computer does not want you to. But I mean, there are vehicle pictures and other cameos, and just it sounds like this is going to be. We are throwing everything that you've ever seen in a comic movie into this one.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert. So, bail if you do not want to hear this information. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, there was definitely a scene of what looked like Tyler Mane, Sabretooth fighting Wolverine from the guy who played Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie, and then an image of Deadpool walking with his decapitated head in his hand. So, there's been confirmation from the insiders that Toad's coming back, X-23 is coming back. Which that would be interesting because we'll get to see her as a young adult. So
Toad
Ray Park
Mall, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ray Park, and so he's back. I mean, quite a few people.
Oh, can we get the Juggernaut back? The real that would be great.
Yeah, Blade's making an appearance. Just we don't know which one yet. If it's Wesley or if it's Mahershala Ali, but like everybody and their mother from the previous incarnation of Marvel films who are still alive.
The shitty FX show Blade.
Sticky Fingers? I really hope not.
Back the fuck up.
That was so terrible of a series, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. I mean,
it'll be enjoyable no matter what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like they've got a good idea, and there's even was an image that popped up of this. What are they? They're borderline hairless dogs, and it's like Deadpool and him on the couch at the house, and he's being licked by it. Like that image just popped up today. Also, I mean, just shit is leaking left and right out of that. So it almost feels intentional.
What if it's like Guardians of the Galaxy, where like everything they show you is really like the first 3 minutes of the movie?
I mean, quite possibly. I mean, most of the scenes that have leaked are all in that same landscape of the desert. So,
yeah, if that wouldn't surprise me at all. Like at the beginning and whatever like that all these crossovers,
just
you're going to see these,
with
obviously not Logan or whatever, but just bam, bam, bam. They just hit you with a bunch of weird shit and Deadpool, or what was they had the whole crew come in, right?
Yeah.
How long do we get to see them for before Shatterstar went through the wood chipper or whatever it was?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had X-Force show up and die in like 10 seconds. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes of footage.
Oh, it was so good. Oh, it killed. Oh, that. What was the worst speculation killer? That or the was it the First Order or whatever? What do they call it? They had Reed Richards and everybody that lost in like 5 seconds. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
Jesus,
the
Illuminati. Yeah.
Yeah, the Illuminati, dude. Yeah, the World Order, Illuminati, whatever. Yeah, they were gone in like 5 seconds, and I'm like, there it goes.
Yeah, no, that was, I'd say honestly probably Illuminati one. Like, I mean, who was really banking on like Scattershot and all those random X-Force, X Factor characters? Like, I just don't think anybody was really what money to be made was made off of those characters. That was 99-cent bin fodder right there. But I think the Illuminati actually was a decent value book. I mean, $20-$30 book before that news came out. So I think that was definitely a killer for it. You can now find those for like $5 anywhere you look now.
And honestly, the X-Force stuff was more satisfying payoff visually, and just in the movie. Because at least you got some laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just killing off Lifebelt characters anyway. So
just to piss him off, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't he get like executive producer credit on shit like this?
I mean, he gets a byline of characters created by, but I think, he definitely gets, I think, paid a little money off their usage. I think that's what's been negotiated for most people going forward after the mass exodus from Marvel back in the 90s, is that everybody gets a low percentage of when their characters are used. But it probably ain't much. And I mean, he gets to go to premiere. Like, that's really about it.
He gets to dress up and say he did it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When we started with the noir thing, I think going back some sort of 1920s throwback character, I'd like it if they just sort of, it doesn't have to be completely standalone, but not too multiverse. You know what I mean?
You don't
like,
need to give
just
us
let's
anything.
roll with this character. Let's figure it out. If you need to do it for the backstory to make it, because it's supposedly not Peter, is why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? So it's hard to be, yeah. So anyway.
Well, is Spider-Man noir? Is he Peter Parker in name?
I don't think so.
Is he not?
I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I never got around to reading the noir book, so I was like, I'm good. Like,
he might not be.
And yeah, see, I like the Boys expansion is to me the most exciting because, or what they've done so far and they'll keep doing is because it's I don't want to say a unique idea, but having all the heroes be like anti-heroes or not even heroes at all, just complete assholes and absolute degenerates. That's like it's a good thing that they can expand on that people like to see. There's not too much of the goody stuff. Even your good guys or bad guys
are pretty questionable.
Oh yeah. Like who's our one here? Like Starlight and Huey, maybe Billy Butcher's the good guy. Like okay,
well, Huey's barely.
Yeah, especially at this point.
Huey's just trying to get. I don't know. He's a mess.
Dude, he pulled the trigger on Translucent, man. Make up for what A-Train did.
So we've got. So there was the Boys trailer sneak peek leaked, and then I saw that there was and again I can't post it because my images are dead right now, but another potential spin-off based in Mexico for the Boys.
Yeah, I missed that.
I don't know. Yeah.
So based in Mexico. Still on the same thing but happening like their version of local heroes and
smaller,
stuff like that.
Yes, like how every country's got superheroes. A smaller run. Let me see if I can find where that was at. I have the image on my phone at least.
It's Variety here. I'll drop
Variety. Boys set in Mexico at Amazon. Yeah. So I don't know. Feels like it would be like a different crowd of people and a more probably involved the wall and drugs and all that good stuff. I'm sure.
So, yeah, they're I mean, they're just trying to expand the universe. I mean, it's the same formula as Walking Dead and anything else. It's like, oh, we've got a hit or two on our hands. Let's see how far we can push it.
Yeah.
So yes, Spanish. Yeah, there we go. Sorry if you said that, but
yeah,
I don't think I said Spanish language.
I do hope they learn from the mistakes of Walking Dead and don't try and push it. Like, you can only bend it so far before it breaks. So,
yeah.
Assume I'm the only one who just watched Daryl Dixon in France.
Yes, you are the only one.
Not too bad, man. I still get with it. It's hard to, dude. Daryl just ends up in France, dude. He just washes up on the shores of Normandy where his grandfather died. Right? But
I mean, I gave up on The Walking Dead like the middle of the Negan season. Like, I was just like it just felt like getting kicked in the nuts on a weekly basis. I was just like, man, this is just depressing.
Yeah.
I just can't do this. So,
I gave that season and maybe the next one, but then like I watched one of the spin-off and it didn't grab me.
I didn't do the finish the Negan and Maggie spin-off, but I probably will. And Fear the Walking Dead, man, I held on as long as I could, and including until like the last season, is because I could put it on for background. But I'm like, it is so fucking bad. It's just and I like the character. Like, they bring back dead characters from like 3 years before. That's like inexplicably bring them back. You know, like they wouldn't have been looking for their daughter if they just both walked like 20 feet away from each other in an explosion or something. It just really, 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 really desperate and bad. You know, that's why they had to put Morgan on it and put Dwight on it. I'm all, these are the characters you picked? Maybe Morgan, like Dwight, like tortured people and shit. Like, I don't know. But anyway. Nobody wants to hear it, so that's Walking Dead bullshit for now. They are going to do the Rick and Michonne, so there's that.
Yeah, true. The ones who lived.
Wasn't anybody going to care by the time it gets here? It feels like.
I mean, I don't think the ratings are that bad for the other ones. People, because I mean, all he did was pick the characters people like the most. It was supposed to be Daryl and Carol, and she's going to be in season 2 because she was the big after credits for Daryl season 1, which ended probably a couple weeks ago or whatever. But I just watched it last week, so I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I don't.
So what else? We had Fallout trailer hit.
Yep, that looks really good for all my gamer folks out there. I mean, that definitely looks like they're trying to do the whole Last of Us formula of making good video game based, live action content, because that's historically been a shit sandwich. So
they would have just done that prior to Halo, imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it was right there. I mean, it was, and Peter Jackson wanted to do Halo, and the can got kicked around so many times, and what we ended up with was just abysmal. But it is what it is.
They shouldn't even have used the name.
Yeah.
It just
Halo in name only.
It was generic sci-fi.
And honestly, it would have been better if it had been generic sci-fi, because they deviated from the already established canon that was in the games, and you're just like, this isn't Halo. You just wanted something with Master Chief and brand recognition. So why is Master Chief running around with his mask off all the goddamn time? Like, I get it, this actor wants to show his face, but you need to play the Mandalorian game where you only see his face like maybe once in the series, not every episode. So
yeah, I don't know. I got my kid continually talking about the Warhammer movie, and I'm like, all right, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That reminds me, did we ever talk about the Highlander movie?
No,
is there a new one coming?
Should.
Yeah. Yes, Cavill.
Oh, wow. So, you know what? Okay, I saw that without seeing a trailer. So is there a trailer yet?
No, I think it's way further back.
Yeah, we're in pre-production at this point, but yeah, it's still a go. Henry Cavill as, I think it's basically continuing on the story. Like, it's basically a reboot of the Highlander 1.
Yeah, I think it's just a retelling, right?
Yep. So he is Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. So
I can get behind that
for sure.
That I mean, all the times they tried, they just never really did what they should have done with that property afterwards. And maybe there just shouldn't have been a sequel.
Well,
you say when the end is there should be only one, maybe there should have just been only one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the issue of it came at a time when things didn't have a clear narrative thought out for more than one movie. So we get to 2, and they're just like, they're from an alien world and they were sent to Earth as punishment. And I was like, what, huh? And then they were like, okay, nah, 2 never happened, and then let's go to 3. Like it was one of those situations where they just didn't have a clear narrative in place, and they tried to make more movies, and it just didn't work because it was over with. Like, you know, at the end of 1, there was only 1. It was Connor McLeod, game over. And they're like, well, this was successful. We want to make more of these, and so they found a loophole to make more of them, and then they just started disregarding what they had done in previous movies. The series was good. I really enjoyed Highlander the series because, again, they tried to connect it back to the original material, but not make it like, not do that thing where they're like, oh, we're gonna just take the characters from the movies and put them into a series. They made a whole new character, you know, Duncan MacLeod. It worked, you know. I don't know. I'm a Highlander fan, and I can see this being really well done if Cavill is attached. As serious as he takes every single thing that he touches in geekdom, like, I think it's going to be a good show.
Well, and I could get behind it. I was watching some podcast that Clancy Brown was on, and I had never heard this before, but apparently that script was like just something some guy in grad school had written, and then it got picked up by some low budget guys, and it just kept gaining steam. And a friend of a friend recommended him talk to this person, and they just kept going, and it became a real movie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to hear. Like, could have just been somebody's paper. So, yeah, I could get behind the Highlander. What was the other one? There's the Godzilla stuff.
So we got Godzilla. Let's see. The trailer for that looks absurd. Like, Godzilla's running around with a mechanized, like, gauntlet that he's wearing over his hand. I have no idea how we get to that point, but it looks absolutely batshit. House of the Dragon season 2 looks really good. Like I said, we already discussed The Boys. Again, that looks fantastic. Oh, so here's some news. Dave Filoni is promoted to CCO, Chief Creative Officer of Star Wars.
All right.
How does everyone feel about that?
Does that mean other people will stay out of his shit?
Actually, I mean, it means that he's basically kind of slipping into more of that Feige role, and then other people are going to be directing kind of under him. I mean, he's still controlling the greater, I guess, vision.
Does that mean Kennedy stays out of it?
I think she's gamed over for Kennedy. I think she's just no longer really day-to-day operations anymore. But as you know, everybody wants to poo-poo on Kennedy, and I've said this before in the show. I don't really think, like, Kathleen Kennedy is not the problem. And, like, you know, it's funny because me and my buddy were talking about this the other day about how South Park wanted to kick her in the nuts. But it's like, Kathleen Kennedy did not, like, yeah, it's like, but that's the thing, though. It's like, she, like, what they described is like, oh, let's, you know, introduce, like, you know, take a character and make them gay, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, Kathleen Kennedy didn't really do any of that. Like, she lacked a clear direction over what she wanted Star Wars to be, but she let other people run Star Wars. Like, she's just like, I'm a figurehead and we need to make Star Wars movies. Go make Star Wars movies. And I think they were expecting more of a Feige type role, and people like the Star Wars fans bitch about what she did because they saw what was going on with Marvel, and they're like, we could have had that. And it's like, that's never who Kathleen Kennedy's ever been. And also like,
it could just be Disney as a greater whole, you know? I don't know.
Well, yeah, and also let's not forget about the fact that, like, everybody wants to shit on Kathleen Kennedy, but like, your childhood is just, like, she's responsible for your childhood. Like, most of your favorite movies from the 80s, Kathleen Kennedy had her hands in. Like, if it wasn't for her being the other, like, the purse strings on the other side of Amblin, most of your favorite movies that came out of Amblin wouldn't have happened. Because don't get me wrong, like, Spielberg had ideas and had some bankroll, but he didn't have nearly the money necessary to execute on all the things that he wanted to do coming into the late 80s, early 90s. Like, he had a handful of hits at that point. He wasn't able to bankroll multiple $1 million films. So Kathleen Kennedy was the purse strings, and she knew how to gain funds to make movies. So we wouldn't have had Back to the Future franchise. We wouldn't have had, you know, any of the Indiana Jones if it wasn't for Kathleen Kennedy, like, finding the money to make those movies.
You know, how does Favreau come in and be kind of the start point for both of them, these franchises between Marvel and they're just kind of being involved in both, and then walk away like a hero into the sunset in both of those universes.
Because he's in true I just want to direct movies fashion, like has enough sense to walk away from it and let somebody else like play with the toys. I mean, Favreau's always been like a solid director and actor. I mean, he drops in, does his thing, and then rolls out. So
yeah, it's just impressive that he just can say no and just be done.
Yeah.
Well, also too, I mean,
go for the glory.
I mean, he's still getting paid. That's the thing. Like his name is attached because of the fact that Iron Man and Iron Man 1 and 2 were his babies. He gets paid off of everything to follow. Like you see Favreau's name as an executive producer on every single Marvel movie to follow that involves the character of Iron Man, because those characters were, he was partly involved in script writing and directing, and the vision of those characters are his. So that's the smart way to play it. Like, don't be the guy who needs to, like, don't let your legacy get run into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Three Rivers commenting on Iger saying they need to start making movies just to entertain fans and not always a message. There's probably some of that's right. I mean, play to your audience, play to, we want to go and forget about the time. A lot of time we just want to go in and watch a movie. That was the whole goal, is if you can find a great show, a great, movie, and just escape. And I think sometimes everything's got to be a message. Those movies are great sometimes.
Well,
I think like we just want to watch things get blown up and laugh.
I think Marvel's getting a little bit of you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because people are bitching about like lack of substance in the movies that don't have the movies and shows that don't have any substance, and then ham-fisted messaging in the other ones where there's messaging being placed in. It's like come on, which one do you want? Like either it's saccharine, superficial, overly sweet fakeness, or it's shitty popcorn fodder that you're like, oh, this didn't add any value to the greater universe, or bring anything with it. It's like, well, which way do you want it? It's kind of like my logic when it comes to these things.
Yeah, I'm hoping watching the boys trailer today, and clearly how they were working and ending things, so like before this and prior season or two. I hope it's not going to try to mirror too much of a political environment. You know what I mean? And I hope it still has fun. It's the boys, so it's crazy, but you see where they're going with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's election on stage. It's right and left, like set up, and Starlight versus Homelander, all this. You know what I mean? I hope they keep it fun. That's one. I'm fun for fucking bullshit and exploding dicks and like.
Well, I think they need a story background, and I think they will keep it.
Yeah, they haven't let me down so far. So that's only whenever I see something like that, I get a little too stressed. Like,
you can have a background as long as you're not like, I guess, choosing the side.
Sure. Yeah.
We're just saying that this happened.
Yeah, be entertained. Just
make fun of it.
Keep being the boys.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't remember at this point. I think I don't know how much it's mirroring comics anymore, but I could completely be completely wrong. So because I don't remember exactly when I quit reading. I might have only read like 20 something issues or something like that.
I mean, comics were 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I was reading them later than that. So, I don't know. So I don't know what the deal is, but that's okay. Like if I'm going to have faith in one show, I'm going to have faith in the fucking boys just because I want to.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. They make it enjoyable thus far.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's been something else mentioned that Seth Rogen has got his hands in. That should be another indie product that's he's bringing to screen.
Can I jump back to Godzilla for a minute?
Sure.
I don't understand why they make the Godzilla movie so fucking boring. Like, I took my one kid to Kong Skull Island, and I thought it was great. Every Godzilla movie I've taken him to, including the last one, is just like 3 minutes of entertainment and an hour and 52 minutes of like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Because they want to make Godzilla movies about the people, and nobody gives a shit about the people in a Godzilla movie. Like, that's one of the things that you have to go back and learn about the old Godzilla movies. Nobody cares about the human element. You are only there to establish the scale and the level of damage and destruction that these, giant fighting monsters are causing. But nobody gives a shit about the actual humans. And that was the issue with that first Godzilla movie with Bryan Cranston and what's his face. Like, we've got this whole, we're following around this Marine and his wife and his dad who died. And I'm like, I don't care. Why is Godzilla in the shadows? Let him fight the fucking monsters. Like, Ken Watanabe Ken Watanabe said it best. Let them fight. Just let the goddamn monsters fight. And it would make for so much more entertaining movie.
Yeah, I mean, give me some story, but I don't need much.
I mean,
Godzilla should be like a porn,
Yeah.
Give me a base plot and let's move on.
Yeah, it's like, how much story do you really need?
Pay for your pizza and get to it.
Yeah.
I just, even the one after Skull Island, like, they got it. They're gonna come, because that Skull Island was entertaining at least, and the next one was just like, again.
Yeah, and that was the issue with that one that they super hyped with Matthew Broderick in like 97
that was
8 or whatever.
Hot.
When it's like, and then at the very end, I was just saying this at dinner on Saturday, and then you don't see that shit until the end. And like when they sort of announced that that's how Spawn's gonna look, I'm like, screw that, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all didn't get enough Moon Knight costume. That was the biggest complaint I heard. It was like, we didn't get enough of Moon Knight costume because it's a badass costume.
Yeah, now to your point about Spawn, like, and that's the problem with letting Todd like run the show on this one. Like, no, like, Spawn needs to be front and center. I don't need it to be basically a Sam and Twitch story where Spawn is creeping around in the shadows and darkness for 99% of the movie. Like, no, you come to a Spawn movie to see Spawn. You don't want to sit there and see things through the eyes of Sam and Twitch. Like, I don't want this to be Seven. Like, I don't need.
Well, I think like he was trying to do that to get a low budget one made, but now at this point, like, get somebody to throw some money at it.
I mean, at this point, just shit or get off the pot. Like, I mean, like, he's been dangling this carrot, and it's like every time he's trying to put something else new out, I was like, oh, new Spawn information, and here's a Spawn versus Batman comic. Oh, new Spawn information, and we got this new DC contract. Like, every time McFarlane is trying to push something new, he dangles that damn carrot of Spawn movie news information. But at this point, I mean, just don't hold water. I mean, Jamie Foxx damn near had a stroke a couple years ago. Like it's just it's dematerializing. Like as we sit in front of it and watch. So
I think also when it was about the same time Jamie Foxx was announced as attached or whatever, and then you're starting to get those, the Sam and Twitch Ghost Spawn, Shadow Spawn rumors. Like, he in his head with not quite as much money, and his buddy Jamie, I assume that's why he's attached to this movie. That's like one of the only ways maybe you think you can make it work, is if you're going to have like an ultra superstar Jamie Foxx heading this lineup. You know what I mean? Like, tying Jamie Foxx, and there's probably not a long list of names that you could tie to the project, and then try to sell it as a movie instead of a Spawn movie. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to play. I mean, because also too, the people who he linked up with Blumhouse, and Blumhouse isn't in the business of making big budget horror movies. They make stuff that's a little bit on the cheap. So it needed to be like, you couldn't have done the effects heavy. So I think he just backed himself in a corner he chose the wrong bedfellows for this movie. Like, I can't think of a single thing on Blumhouse that's like super, super big ass budget horror movie effects heavy, because that's just not what they do. So, it is what it is. But I think he made a poor decision by linking up with them and got backed into a corner. And honestly, I don't even think that's really the movie he really wanted, because like he uses the Jaws reference. He's like, oh, you don't see the shark for night. I'm like, that was out of necessity. The shark kept breaking, so they had to make it that way. Spielberg wanted you to see the goddamn shark. They couldn't put it on screen because he kept breaking every 5 fucking minutes. Like using that as an example, it's like that was a happy accident. That was not the intention. Like, don't go in there trying to think you're going to recreate the Jaws scenario, because that was the first of its kind. We're 40 years removed from that. People want to see the fucking monster. Like, you can't play, like, Bird Box got away with it. You can't do that shit twice. So
no, and truthfully, if you want Spawn, read the comic. If you want Spawn to watch the animated HBO thing, and if you really, really want a movie, watch the original. Was, it is what it is, but it at least was entertaining. I just, man, if you're not going to do Spawn right, don't do it.
Yeah.
Let's just let it be.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you can read it. There's about 350 fucking issues.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read it
with the most dialogue. There's definitely, I don't think, even the Silver Age, I don't know if there's a 350 issue run that probably has as many words as Spawn.
Unless Watchmen we're gonna go on. I mean,
yeah.
Every time I read that, it's like, God, how am I so slow?
Yeah. Now, speaking of option image properties, did we ever end up talking about the Max being back, like still being on?
I think we chatted about it.
Okay. Because that was a pre-COVID one that came back around. They're like, no, it's still happening. So, pull out
what's a Channing Tatum?
Yep, Channing Tatum.
Okay.
Yep, Channing Tatum.
He's busy lately.
It's getting Channing all over your Tatum.
Him and Reynolds are doing a buddy comedy or buddy action movie. I just saw something about it. They're going to play brothers.
That could be interesting. I think we're due for a Fall Guy too, and the reason I'm bringing that up because Channing Tatum had a small cameo in the first one. So,
wait, the Fall Guy?
Fall Guy?
No, so not the Fall Guy, or no, not Fall Guy, but Free Guy. Free Guy. I was like, Fall Guy's coming out. Yeah, I keep making that mistake. There's Free Guy and there's Fall Guy.
Fall Guy's that's been a while.
Are they actually making Free Guy too?
Yeah, they're supposed to be making a Free Guy too, but I think Ryan Reynolds' top priority is getting through fucking Deadpool right now. So,
I mean, that man's got movies for days and days and days.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't happen to a better person. I mean, honestly, like looking at the beginning of his career, I was like, man, like this guy's really fucking funny. He just keeps getting the wrong properties. So he was supposed to. I mean, he was supposed to do a Hannibal King spinoff movie coming off of Blade 3, and Blade 3 was so horrible that it tanked that whole any future movies using that group of people. So
I would have watched that.
Dude, and it took 20 years to call him Deadpool instead of Van Wilder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's in that movie? Van Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe because they filmed it at UCLA, but whatever.
I wanted to bring it up off topic, but one of our loyal viewers sent some information about CGC, and I didn't know this. That they had actually kind of downsized and moved back to their old building this year.
That's, I mean, you remember I mentioned about what was going on with my magazine that isn't. Yeah. So that's part of the reason why is so they're in the process of moving back into the old building because, like the person said, they couldn't fill the damn space because they raised prices. The demand wasn't there, and so they're like, shit, we rented out this big ass building. And we're not moving enough product to justify the lease anymore. So they let the lease run out to move back into the old building.
I think probably they raised the prices also at the wrong time, heading into everything
recession.
Everything being a recession. Like they probably could have got away with it 2 years ago at that price, and people would have still went.
Well, they did raise the price immediately, like basically a couple months into COVID, they raised the price, and then they raised them again after about 8 months or so. So that's when they shot themselves in the foot. Like the first one they got away with, that second one was on the downslope.
Well, I think they could have done it, just bad timing. Like hitting that price point was not necessarily the problem; it was when they hit that price point. You know what I mean? They could have went. If they had done one price point to here and saying this is what we need to do to make money, we would have probably all kept submitting books at full blast.
Yeah, true.
So, but if your books are delayed or books are going slow or books are in limbo somewhere, this is probably why. I'm sure they're not answering that question openly.
Yeah, and they were so fast. and like they're still compared to their historical record, I still find them fast.
Well, because there were times early on we were waiting 9 months.
Yeah, they're at about they're at a modern no fast track at about a month right now, and it could depend on like a few things. I can look up the turnarounds in here, like I had.
It's like 20 business days for modern.
Which is still real good.
Days. Yeah.
You know, it's real good as long as but magazines are screwed right now because they still haven't unpacked the magazine encapsulation machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's the reason why my book is on the hold right now. They're like, they straight up just like, I don't think they were supposed to tell me this. Like they straight up passed along the internal email to me, and they were just like, oh, we're still having to unpack the magazine encapsulation machine yet, so it's going to be a little while longer.
Well, so like, in the grand scheme, magazines is still fast from a year ago after all the Batwing and Ronin. Like you couldn't get a magazine back for a year.
Oh yeah, it was comfortably a year before you would see back a magazine. So
I still don't think I'm going to use CBCS, and I just pulled out like a stack of like 10 mags that I've been meaning for years to grade. I didn't want to. I have shit I didn't want to fuck up the census with. That now, it's been long enough. Let's make some money.
Yeah, I actually I was telling Leg on when we were in the green room that a book that he just sent back to me that after I sent it to him not realizing I had a signature on it. Yeah, like I didn't realize I had a signature.
It was only Stan Lee. Easy to forget, right?
Oh, only Stan. Yeah.
I noticed it when I bought it, and then when I was packaging it up to be like for the order, I just didn't think about it, and I sent it out, and he was like, "Hey, what do you want to do about the SIG book?" And I was like, "Oh shit, send it back." So that just went right out the door, back into the mail again to CBCS because I'm like, I can't sell this thing otherwise. Like, you know, nobody's gonna give me any money for an unauthenticated Stan signature. So I was like, "Cool, CBCS, here it comes." So
yeah, there you go.
That was a fun idea.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if they did like honestly, if they would do and charge you $10 or something, did like a second printout with like a not laminated, but you know how they do the concert posters and stuff, like where it's not a whole case or something of the signature. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. They're also into a lot of different things right now, so I'm sure between posters and video games and non-sports cards, sports cards. They just have a lot. They have a lot of balls in the air that I bet they are not 100% got all lined up right.
Unrelated, somebody made a comment about is Colbert locked in a beige void. I was like, no, I just have nothing on my wall, so I wanted to spare everybody from staring at a closet door and an exit. So
yeah,
one of these days I'll put some shit behind me. So
yeah, I just have shit piling up behind me. I'm gonna do something with it, but
dude, I'll clean up what's behind me so it looks cool again. I'll put the
at one point yours looked great,
and it looked better in the old house because that was like only like 8 feet behind me, but this room's bigger, so that was spectacular. It looks like just a wall of slabs behind me before, and now it's just a mess.
I struggle at this one, and I have a little like alcove in my basement, and I basically split it in half with a desk, so the half in front of me is a shit show, and the half behind me is just half a shit show.
Yeah, it's all the shit shows are you can sort of see the shit show starting, shit show here, shit show under the window, all the tower shelves right here of shit, and then the closets are full, but I can shut them. The closets are actually the most organized. Random shit on the top shelf, but the short boxes are actually, it's like 40 short boxes are actually organized.
Yeah, I was doing a kind of account. I think I'm under 75 slabs in my house right now.
So that you own?
Yeah.
Really?
I've divested a lot, and I'm like, all right, I can probably grade some more. Like, they just take up a lot of space sometimes.
That's not. So
I'm going to clear out
3 slab boxes. It's not that much space.
I know, but I get a little I get crazy sometimes. Like, I want this space back, so I clear some stuff out.
Where do you sell most of it? You barely even use eBay, do you?
I sell on eBay some. I go in ebbs and flows. Like there'll be times you follow my eBay and there's 30 books up because I've been lazy as hell for 6 months, and then I'll throw up 200.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm about to do that.
Yeah,
90% of what I have on eBay is slabs. Makes life easier, but at the same time, I'd rather get rid of the other shit, so I just sell what's worth more money, and it becomes a bad habit. But whatever.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. Is the cheap stuff sits, and you like, well, I'll do something with it someday.
Well, you know, in the amount of books that I should press and grade, I end up pressing other people's books. So,
well, they pay you a fee, and then it's like, well, yeah, I know how it goes.
So we got a comment in the chat. The very last one that just came in.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting point. I mean, they're losing out on so much business by not, and also let's be real about it. Like I've seen some questionable shit happen at a major con when it's time to turn in like signature series books, like them opening up the sealed bags and then walking away from the person whose bag they just opened, so you could slip whatever the hell you want into on top of that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying people are doing that, but I mean, I watched somebody where I saw books that ended up in somebody's stack. I was like, there's no way in hell you got that signed here because that person's not here right now. Like, I know I'm looking at the person's stack. I'm like, you damn sure didn't get that book signed here. I was like, that person, I know for a fact is not at the con and was not at the con any of the days of San Diego. So somebody just like slid one into the stack and got it authenticated and just, oh yeah, I got that signed on Tuesday. I'm like, did the motherfucker come in for like a 30-second event and peace out? Because that person definitely wasn't here during the signing. So
they were real at least, but still.
Well, I think they were trying to avoid something long ago, but at this point, the technology is good enough that you can get it right 99% of the time or more. And
I always say about I say the dumb shit a few times a year, but about them being a coin company. They make plenty of money doing this, but it's not the biggest. I have no idea how many people work there, but there's like, since we can name so many people, obviously I'm not talking about production people. Since we can name so many people, we can get the president on podcasts, right? Then everybody says Brittany at CGC. We all know who you're talking about.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're like, who's this Brittany? No, everybody, So we all know. And so it's not like it's that big. And then you got new con runner people every year because there'll be some strangers and then the leftovers. So I don't know. They do well for as much money as for what they charge and their services and stuff like that. I just don't think they want. I don't think they care enough to add that one added value. And it's a monopoly that literally Beckett and their former president couldn't even crack.
No,
CBCS put that little fear of God in them, and then called it a day. Then they screw up their labels again, and then and CGC's like, well, fuck it, we're turning books around in 2 weeks now. They're like, God damn it, we're screwed.
I give up.
Yeah.
Can you think of anyone on this planet that has dealt with more angry geeks than Brittany at CGC?
No.
Yeah. Maybe her replacement, because she's like more in a leadership role now, and now she's got a new underling, and that person, man, watching that person at the booth at San Diego, I was like, yo, let me buy you a drink because you were catching hell right now from these people. Like, and it wasn't even the fact that like people were just like, it was just incompetence. It was just like they got all the people who have never dropped off or submitted books before, just not understanding what the hell they needed to do. Order forms jacked up, just people just standing there holding books, being like, "Where am I supposed?" Like, yo, man, there's a ticket machine right there. Put your name into the iPad. You'll get a number. They'll call you up when you're ready. It was just like people lost in the goddamn sauce.
Oh, dude, that's like when they have fill-ins at my post office, and I'm literally telling them what to do when I drop off books. Right? They come in with the scan sheet. And the guy just starts looking at the first book, and he does it, and he's like, "It doesn't say." I'm like, first off, just scan the fucking thing and throw them. Like, if I fucked up, that's on me. Like, at this point, if you're gonna drop the scan sheet and hand things off, right? Like, they don't know; they're just supposed to count them. And it doesn't say flat rate. I look on there and it says, "Look, it says LEG space ENV/FR legal envelope flat rate." Like, dude, oh yeah. Motherfucker, you work here, not me, dude. Like you, right? I don't work here, but and trust me, I need to do this because You do not want your local, if you're going to sell comic books or anything in the world, you don't want your local post office pissed off at you. You also don't want to go in and buy like 5 labels from them every day and have them weigh them and print them. And you don't want the people, and if you live in a smaller, near a smaller one like I do, you don't want the people behind you to fucking have to stand there and waste like 15 of their minutes, dude. When I'm in there and people want 3 different money orders, I'm like, God damn it. Right.
Yeah.
Like, every time I walk in, there's somebody asking dumb shit.
Yeah, I avoid Monday mornings.
And you're like, I can answer these questions for you. Can I just cut you and I'll tell you what you need to do?
I got to the point, man, where I'm like, yo, I'll pay for your shit if you just get the fuck out of my way. Like I ain't got all day, man. Like, shit.
Dude, my post office and the lines and the people and they don't understand. Hi, it says that there's a package in the city. I like the city, and they're like, and I'm like, dude, if they didn't put a card in your PO box, like it doesn't deliver, right? And they're like, but it says it's in here. If you guys are like, no, they're like, no, we haven't processed. We can't. No, I'm not going to go look through all the new mail to find yours. I don't know what to tell you. Wait for it to show up when it says ready. Maybe they're not used to check and chat, but when it says ready for pickup, then it's ready for fucking pickup. If it says ready for pickup and you didn't get a card, then take your fucking tracking number up there and show, right? Yeah. And then, like, if you can know what it is, guess what size box it is. For us, it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
single comic something. I'll be like, it's probably a brown box.
It's in the safe
or a medium flat rate.
Yeah. Or it's if the olden days come back from CGC, it's in the back. It's in the lockbox.
Yes, exactly, dude. Exactly.
It's about yay big.
Even though it's all FedEx now, man. It's FedEx.
Or you can tell them, you can track. You can look at the UPS tracking and go, wait, this book is not going the way it should have went. It never goes from this city to this city. Oh, it's because this city to this city. Oh shit, I'm screwed.
Oh yeah, we've done.
What's wrong. I have a legit bitch about USPS today, though. Website bitch. So I deal in foreign comics, and sometimes it's offline. So, and this is going to be a minority bitch, but it is just a technology annoyance. Used to be able, the cheapest way to send anywhere is first class international. They now, on the website, sometime in the last few months, put in size restrictions. And it can be 11 by 9 by 3/4 of an inch, which is fine because that actually is the size of the Uline mailers I use, right? I measured it out. I'm like, cool. You can't put less than 1 inch in the measurements on the website. So you cannot use that function.
So they just basically they screwed up their own math. It can't be bigger than that.
Website.
Yes.
So you can I've had it before.
Just call them and have them fix it.
Who am I calling?
Just call them real quick, dude. Just call the United States Postal Service. Hey, man, found a glitch on your website.
Should I get my brother to talk to him?
100%. Well, dude, you got one toe in the door. There's one more toe than me.
I mean, I literally was on my phone. I thought, oh, maybe it's just a website on my phone. Doesn't work right. Get online, log in. You can't do a fraction. You can't do a centimeter. You can't do shit. You have to just. Oh, well, I guess you're using international priority at triple the price. Sweet. Yeah. Well, or you go into the post office and deal with people, and I'm like, fuck it. The $25 is not worth me going to the post office tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, one of the other things when they rolled out their new enhanced section, there's 2 portions to the create your own label site. The click and ship. There's the enhanced click and ship, and there's the regular one. Enhanced gives you better rates and also gives you access to new functionality and stuff like that. But the shit was broken every other week. It was like a coin flip on whether or not the enhanced leg of the website was actually going to work or not. And that's the only place that you can do the new ground enhanced or whatever the shit's called, that new shipping method that they rolled out.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
it's the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, I'm like, you assholes. You give this new option. You can only do it through the actual app or through the website, and then the website's broken or it's glitching out every other 5 minutes. I'm just like, man, fuck my life. I hate you guys so much.
You just use eBay and pirate ship, and that's it.
I should just
or PayPal, but I switched to pirate ship from PayPal. I like it better.
I'm going.
I didn't try PayPal, but I've never had luck with international shipping through PayPal. But side note, I also had this was a little further back. My USPS account got locked down from international shipping. I had to start a new one. It doesn't tell you that you're locked out. It just says your purchase failed. Your purchase failed. Because they don't give you messages.
On which one?
USPS. Like they locked my account from international shipping.
Jesus.
So I this was a while back, and I'm like, I have no idea. Then I finally had to start a new account.
Yeah, I haven't had to do international. I haven't even sold any. I've only sold like one thing global, and I can't tell you on eBay, surprisingly. So, but all I know is that this
global's great because I don't care. I'll send it to Kentucky.
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, always better for you, especially for you. It costs like 20. It's like 2 miles from you. It costs like 20.
Yeah, it costs like nothing. Everything's $8, $7, $6.
Yeah, this ground advantage for me is the greatest thing of all time, especially because I still roll with free shipping on eBay, right? Not for auctions, but for I just built. It's not free. I build it into the price. I hope somebody's on somewhere close to the West Coast, and I hope to save money. That's the goal. Because if it's all the way, full East Coast, I would either it'd be 13 something, or I'd just be lazy and pull out a medium flat rate, which is 14. But if it's on the West Coast or something, it'd be like $9. I'm like, okay, so with this ground advantage shit, dude, I ship to if I ship in California, sometimes ground advantage costs more than priority now because they lowered all their prices. So I shipped a big book to LA today, and it was gonna be 20 cents more to only 20 cents more to do priority over ground advantage, and I use more material on the ground advantage, and so I basically just chose the priority so I could just use their box. And just happy to $7, it's like $8 to ship wherever, and shipping to the East Coast if you're up to 2 pounds, and I do keep my slabs just under 2 pounds. It takes a little bit to do that, but I do. And that I do that, and it's like $9 or something. So I'm saving at least $3. Anything from Texas on, I'm saving like $3-4. And that's a good amount of money.
My break-even point was always like Wyoming, and LA is always scared me.
Yeah, and trust me, it was still probably even more money, dude, because I got to ship, and as a presser shipping to Florida, this is a godsend because people are like, oh, I got to spend that much more money to ship to Florida than I ship to you, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's further. You ship from the middle to the left. I ship from the left to the right. So
I tell you, if I were going to start a grading company, fucking Tennessee. That's where we'd be out of. Fucking, you got a hub, you got no taxes, and it's close to fucking everything.
Well, so for reference, I still have a label on
Let's
this
do
bad
it, John.
boy. And ground advantage, this is the first thing I ever shipped ground advantage. Like from San Diego to Georgia, this was $9.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
for awkward IS backwards.
And it weighed, let's see, what was the weight in this bitch? I didn't say, damn it. But yeah, this thing didn't weigh. I mean, it didn't weigh a whole hell of a lot. But yeah, ground advantage is definitely my go-to. If I'm at a con or something and I've just got more shit than I can bring back with me, I'm just heading to the post office and throwing the shit in the box. Ground advantage.
When I can ship, and ground advantage that also does have the $100 free priority now.
Yep.
So you get free insurance with ground advantage too. It's not medium mail, none of that bullshit, dude. Ground advantage.
Truthfully, though, if I was shipping first class back in the day. If I was shipping first class back in the day, it was for things under $50, and I didn't care. If it got lost, fuck it.
Oh yeah, same. I'm still with Raws. I do ground advantage on the Raw. I have free shipping with I think $2.99 if you want priority.
Yeah.
No one in history has ever upgraded that. Okay, maybe one person. I don't even remember who, but one time
and they were probably in a hurry.
Oh shit! They upgraded their shipping. It was but I'm gonna be honest with you. I upgraded if it was something expensive. I upgraded for them. Yeah. I just was hoping to get the $2.99. I'm not gonna risk a $500 sale. But ground advantage, dude. Ground advantage is getting from me to CGC in 2 to 3 days. It says a week. It is not. That shit is dude. They didn't create a new shipping routes. Okay, I'm telling you, that shit is not FedEx. It's not on a truck across the country. They fly that shit, and I hope they keep doing that. I'm telling you, I don't give a shit. It's the same thing. It's wording. I'm just telling you, my shipping times are just they're basic. They are just as fast, almost just as fast.
I just think you have the potential to get bumped over priority, but that's it. And then usually it's a day.
That's it. You might get bumped. That's it, dude. I'm telling you, no problems with ground advantage. I just hope it keeps going this well, because I've been saving a ton of money. And I ask people, like, you got a problem with me sending ground advantage? So that's it. Oh yeah, and yeah, let's be honest. They're not gonna give you shit for that insurance anyway.
So you know what? The very first time I had a claim, I got paid out easy, and I've never had luck again.
So I just had to fight with them because, like, I took the book in and they tried to play the game of, the book wasn't brought in. I'm like, bullshit. Here's the proof right here. Oh, well, actually, you didn't do. I'm like, no. And so I finally just put in my last. I think I was on my third. What's it called to fight it? Basically, I was like, my last appeal. I was on my third appeal, and I was like, look, you have my book. Either give me back my fucking book or give me my money. And that's exactly what I put into it. I put in the blurb. I was like, I've given you all the information you asked for. Either give me back the book or give me my money. And they sent me a check.
Nice. Man, I tell you what, the scariest damn thing I've ever had is I mistakenly was getting passports done, I think. So I had to go to a different post office than mine. And that day I had shipped out, it was the Bone 196 that I had. And the broad at the post office somehow, instead of scanning it as received, scanned it as delivered. And that's what the guy saw that day. And he goes, are you scamming me? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I dropped the book off. I don't know what happened. And that was the longest 3 days ever for that book to show up where it's going.
Yeah, like they didn't scan my New Mutants 98, fucking like $18,000 book.
Yeah.
Like, I will fucking kill you all.
Every $3 book's fine, but the biggest book you send in 6 months is always the one they do something dumbass with.
I refuse. Like I will stand in line and I will fight them on it too, because I've gone. There's one post office in my area.
I did hand it to them though. I legit handed it to them, and they still messed it up.
Yeah, like I'm checking the receipt. I'm just like, yo, I need the receipt. I need weight. I need everything. Like there's one post office in my area, actually one of the main post offices in the Atlanta area. They try to fight you and be like, oh no, like if you've already got pre-made labels, you need to scan it at the kiosk. And I was just like, I'm like, no, I'm not scanning that shit at the kiosk. I was like, I need weight. And they're like, oh, the kiosk does weight. I was like, look here, asshole. You may work at the post office, but I do this on a daily basis. That kiosk does not give you weight. It just scans it in and you drop it in the little chute. I was like, I need weight to make sure this box isn't empty, because this is a fucking $5,000 comic book. And this shit is not going to go missing on my watch. So you are going to scan this, or I'm going to open a congressional, and you can talk to your my local congressman about you not doing your job. You start saying shit like that. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, okay, here, we'll scan it. I'll say that's the one. So if you want to put the fear of God on a postal worker, mention opening up a congressional, because the last thing they want to do is talk to their local congressperson. But they're not.
Write that down. Open a congressional. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
I must say that.
They're not untouchable. Like people in government and government employees want to pretend like they're untouchable. But if a congressperson or a Congress staffer is contacting you by name, being like, we got a complaint from one of our local constituents during an election year, oh, it's their ass. It is their ass.
Oh God!
Yeah, and I got nothing but time. I can easily throw an email in the ChatGPT and be like, ChatGPT, complaint email about the post office. The person's name is this. Here you go. Hey, Senator Warnock, congratulations on getting reelected. This bullshit's happening in Atlanta at the post office.
My dad used to be basically ChatGPT because he was retired and had nothing to fucking do. And if somebody screwed him over, he was gonna spend as much time as needed calling, complaining. Calling again.
Awesome.
All right. I'm going to try and do a real quick market report, see if it works. I'm just going to hit a couple highlights and do that. See how it goes for us.
Sure.
Maybe.
I have a few pickups from the call.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We'll get do a quick market report and then do a couple pickups. God damn it.
Don't focus on me. I ain't got shit.
It's sort of thinking about working. It's better than it was.
You can take comments off.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Hold on.
No offense, Wilbert.
God damn it. Comments go off.
We might have to hold off the market report to next week.
I think
it doesn't work. I'll go to pickups, dude.
Let's do pickups. I'm so frustrated tonight.
Oh yeah, leave the box open.
Let me get you back to normal.
All right, cool. Let's go.
I will try and get it off, man. I don't know this computer.
Let me try it. Do you have any, John? Go real quick so I make a pile. If you don't, then
no. Go all you got. I got nothing. I'm still.
Yeah, it's all you this week. I got nothing.
I didn't buy the Crow page because it went way too much fucking money.
Yeah, these aren't.
I do have a piece of art I'm watching though, a new one. I'm a deviant for Prime Ultraverse. There's a page 1 piece up at Heritage.
I didn't come home with any major keys. Let's see over here. Move these over. So these were all from one guy. So there's a $3 bin. They had a side with big stuff and a side with $3 bins. And it's Friday night. Friday night's really the best time to dig for LA Comic Con. So LA Comic Con was LA Convention Center. Friday night is only 4 to 9, and so I had a good time.
You only get hardcore people then.
Yeah, more seeing friends and stuff. Yeah, it's LA. Nobody wants to drive on a Friday. Cosplay players don't give a shit.
No, it's just buyers and sellers.
It's not as packed as the other book. So everything until I say was in the $3 bin. Some speculation, some just stuff you don't find. Some stuff I have to open, but just for fun. So this is Beatles #1 coverless, which is like the $300 to $500 raw book. There's no cover on it, and I was like, somebody's gonna want it.
Is that the Dell one?
It's Dell, like 1965, 64, November 64, 14 years before my birth. These are hard to find anyway.
I don't think I've ever seen the Beatles one. I always see the Yellow Submarine.
Dude, when I pulled this in the bin, and I look and I was like, okay, the Beatles. I'm at least gonna see, like, check that as if I know what the front page looks like, right? It says #1, 1964, and I was like,
I would be surprised if we don't get at least $50 for that.
Yeah, so we go 3 on that. And some of these, dude, they're fun, and I don't like leaving #1s, so I got a Blue Beetle newsstand.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about, but also you're paying cash, so you get a few bucks off too. You know what I mean? These are possible for me to leave behind. These even had $25 and $13 things on there. But Wildcats news, 2 newsstands.
All right.
Nice. So these are, and I have never been able. One looks perfect. I haven't taken them out yet. For $3, I'm not taking it out. I'm giving you your $3. I'm calling it a day. Same with these. Reprints, do whatever. These seem nice enough. These are harder Marvel milestones to find.
Dude, they show everything.
Yeah,
that silver.
One super clean. I'm hoping the back looks good. And again, for $3 to have some fun. More of the crap I haven't. Because I felt like going home to check cards, and I haven't done that yet. I could do it here if we have time. Right? I'm like, come on, man. They're all in there. They probably knew the difference. I'm gonna pair this. I don't see this one. I see the bloody variant more. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna throw this with the bloody variant online for sale. So that's all it is. This one I haven't seen this in a bin either. So for $3, a Birds of Prey 1, I think it's still like at least a $30 book. Has a $15 price tag. Again, just everything's $3.
Huh.
Okay.
Since I didn't know that was still selling.
It's, dude,
slow.
I'm not leaving it for $3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see how life goes. Same. So this is one of the better ones. This is like $40 to $60 book. They had 23 on it. Again, $3. Dan Sky, Comics Interview. All these have been picking up steam, especially things like Sakai, McFarlane, things like that. I forget. I don't know if it's going to be an early appearance. I don't remember why else. I did double check eBay, and there was high enough price that, again, $3. Here we go.
Yeah.
So we've got and again, First print, like I just sold a 9.8 of the variant of the Stephanie Hans variant for like 75. So $6 for a set of these. Gonna keep that.
But Hansel sells.
Yeah,
it just moves up and down.
Yeah, I don't want. Okay, that's the first ones I found. I'm gonna keep looking.
Yeah.
Same with this. This thing's perfect, but it's still lenticular. It's not as much, but it's still Thanos 13.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so we're going with that. None of this stuff. These are high grade and beautiful. I think everything like this is going to have long-term legs. I know a lot of the Thanos spec is past, but like having just this higher grade stuff, they're still, $10, $15 books.
Yeah, people
I love just stuff like this. Throw them in a short box, a long box, whatever, and you'll do okay. So and same. This is a fairly decent copy of a newsstand 18-1.
Nice.
So you know what I mean. Just love it. Come on, man.
Very nice.
Love it. Also, especially so we got a Sabretooth announcement today, also, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was cool. So fourth appearance, and I just always love this cover. And they went one of them's beat, but with the newsy and the regular, again, things like this you can sell in combos. And I don't know, I like Sabretooth a lot, so
I would never know that's his fourth appearance. Just so you know, I learned something new today.
Second cover after number 14. Yeah, again, I take any two pre-200 X-Men that are not beat to shit, especially that have Wolverine on the cover. My little thing to go in there. So we got a little X-Men 159. If you know me, you knew I wasn't leaving this behind.
Oh yeah.
Sports personalities, Bo Jackson. I mean,
Nice.
look at this amazing art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just good shit, dude. I don't have one of these, so
I don't have that one.
There's no. Yeah, he said he sold the Jordan and maybe Muhammad Ali. He sold the other ones that day. So I was like, okay.
Bo knows.
Yeah. So we've got was it Cassandra Nova first appearance? That is a newsstand.
Okay.
So this is rare. This isn't as hot as it was, but I think it's still in a newsy, a $30, $40 book.
You get an X-Men announcement, and people will be looking for everything again.
And this hasn't been selling for as much as I thought it was, but like, how are you gonna leave that for $3?
Nah, take it.
You know what I mean? For a solo Power Girl, it looks rich, and I'm not, again, for $3, I'm not taking these out of the freaking bag, dude. I'm like, this looks super fucking clean.
As long as it's clean,
decently sharp corners. And you gotta have the cover attached and shit, but I mean, like, seriously, like it's a clean copy. Like I'm going easy without taking it out of the bag, assuming the back is similar. After press, easy, the 8085. Do I know if I'm grading it or not, or no? But for $3, gotta do that. The other ones, this was all cheap as shit too. He lists them as half price, but he does. He sells whatever. This, I said, hey, there's no price on this, and he goes $6, and I said yes.
Right.
So pretty clean. New Mutant Annual 2, Psylocke, Betsy Braddock.
He just wanted to move some books.
Oh no, they have 300,000 books in their warehouse. Every time I see this guy at a show, he's the first guy I go to.
All right,
the Gambit Gold that I bought for $80, they came back 9.8. Like, right. He's the dude. If you remember last year, I got the $15 Strangers in Paradise one.
Oh yeah,
same guy. Just brings shit out of the warehouse. Don't judge me. You just never see these. So I go just some Jenna Jameson, Greg Horton action. Okay.
All right.
I've got none of these, and this guy makes cash deals. So these end up like $2 or $3 each. So I grab the Jennas, whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. Right? This is the first day I'm digging. I like some of these covers, man. Me and her have some good memories together that she doesn't know about.
Prince of the Night.
Right? Oh, this wasn't one of them, but yeah, JSC True Blood variant.
Oh wow. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I knew it existed. I don't think I've ever seen it in public. These ones were a little better. This was to make fun of a Cowboy fan and give to him. So let's go. I'm gonna open it up. Too bad Blind Adam signed off for this end for the last two ends of it because it's even a little smuttier.
He'll catch us on the rewind.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, but number one, the risque variant.
All right.
So number one, risque variant looks really, really clean. Again, I didn't check the bot because I didn't need to, but I ended up somewhere around like $40 for this. Is kind of nuts. And so they have enough fans and
people
everything.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Big following for Zombie Trent, man. So that I'm like, okay. And I was like, is this the one I think it is? And I look it up and it is. And this is probably my favorite purchase. Again, you guys see here, no big deal. But this again at half off, like $70. This was like $30.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, and this is really nice. So that's it. I think this is about 100 raw now too.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Nice.
I could be wrong. I look up things quick.
Yeah.
And if there's that big of a discrepancy, and on the ones I have to look up, obviously not everything. There's that big a discrepancy in what I'm finding and what I'm going to pay. And I really like the book, which I do this. I'm obviously, we know a lot of Dave Stevens people, especially
you can wait on it now. Too.
Yeah, this is gone in a second. So if I want to sell it, so I don't know if I do or not. But anyway,
wow.
No, dude, that was just my digging old school spoils.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff, man.
Yeah,
I haven't been out in a long time to do that.
There was just as a con. I haven't been able to too many other places. What am I working with? X-Force card. Boo. There's not going to be a Deadpool in here.
You're going to get a cable.
Let's go. I was waiting for that Shatterstar, dude. I like the team one's not as bad. Oh, even better. Sunspot and Gideon.
Ugh.
There we go. And let's see. These dude, by the way, I was selling these on Whatnot for really good money for a while. Or not anymore, and I don't care. It's just who I am. But you can only tell.
It's almost a game at this point,
It's fun, and these also you can check for newsstand. Neither of those are. Last one. I got what I wanted. Shatterstar.
Nice.
Right, bring up Shatterstar twice in one podcast. Was that not bad, huh?
It's impressive.
Yeah, that's whatever, man. It's fun.
DNA
worth the gamble.
24.98 just sold for $500.
Yeah, it's probably not that, but it's clean, and I'm going to work on it. So we'll see how it goes.
Who knows? You get yourself a 9.4, 9.6, you got some money there.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty as clean as this. As long as the back's not messed up, I can look.
Even if it is messed up, you can get out with some profit and move on.
Yeah, I can. I know plenty of Dave Stevens people.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. What do we got?
Oh, we got the light out, man. We are really going.
This is the press is over there. So, no, yeah, a little sun shadow. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good to go. I don't think I get out less than a 9.2.
Yeah,
when I'm done. Yeah, good to go. Hobby and God, man, come on, that's gorgeous.
It's a great cover.
Absolutely great cover, man. I'm glad he's getting even more of his due. I'm surprised it took this long. I'm surprised it took this long for me. Not that I caught on yesterday, but I'll tell you, I didn't realize how much of the 80s stuff that I liked was his when I was younger. To put it that way. Yeah. Plus, it's Teen Agents, Rocketeer. Like, it's not exactly stuff that's at your LCS that day.
No. Did you have anything, Chris?
Nah, none for me this week.
I do have a random observation. I love the fun thing about collecting like the rare golden age and like really obscure shit is when you see the same copy you sold somebody back online. I see one of my I've had 2 copies of that Tally Ho, the first Frazetta, and I saw one pop up. I'm like, oh shit, that's mine.
Nice.
Because you can just tell right away because there's only a handful of copies out there. So when you see that stuff, it's great. He's trying to get a number that I think he's crazy on, but we'll see. All right, gentlemen, it's getting late. We moved through computer issues and managed to get a show out to you. So sorry about the market report. If there's anything really good, I will kick it on to us next week when the boss man's back and my computer is not the one running the show. Otherwise, I have no idea if Mercenot and him are going on tomorrow, but I'm sure there's a comic talk shop. So there'll be no extra exit intro because, well, that probably won't run either. So we'll see you later, guys.